twice when I'm... Hello everyone, it's Raven again, and today's topic is the upcoming retrograde going to have any effect on me? For those of you that follow that thing, Halloween is the planets are going, or one of the planets anyway, is going into retrograde. And for some people it does affect. I really haven't had an issue, maybe some issues with my electronics, but most of the time. How about you, Deja? Have you had any?
Generally, I don't get bothered by retrograde.
I think because we're so grounded and protected, we don't have that problem. But some of you might, and just because you're grounded doesn't mean you won't have that problem. So let's see what retrograde holds for you this time. Pile 1, 2, 3, and the wild card. Okay. If you picked pile 1, okay, if you have court coming up, you need to make sure that you have your ducks in a row. If you require it, do you have a good lawyer? Do they have your side? For some of you, it's going to be really good. You'll get through whatever kind of court situation you have with no problems. The judge is going to be on your side, and whomever it is that you're going to court for, you're going to win. They're not going to have a really good defense for you, or an offense for that matter. For some of you, be careful making decisions with people. Make sure that they have your best interest in heart if you do that. Because while justice is in the right side position, because of the way the other cards are led, it might start out good, but it's going to end up difficult with justice in the upright and the other two in the reverse. Sometimes that's important, sometimes it's not, but in this particular case, it is. So be careful of any business deals that you do or any promises that are made to you or that you make, to make sure everything is above board and you know what's going on. Okay, you pick pile number 2. Don't travel. If you don't have to travel, for God's sakes, don't do it. It's, I don't know how long. Do you know how long it's in retrograde? It seems like it's going to be in there for a bit this time. If you don't have to travel, don't do it. But if you do, like I said in a previous video, make sure that you have everything that you need, your route planned, extra gas if you need it, extra tire, all the things you need, extra money, and just make sure that your mode of transportation is in good condition. Now, if you're going to fly or take a train or a bus, you're not going to wreck, you're not going to crash, it's not going to be that kind of an issue. This is mainly for people in cars. If you are taking another mode of transportation, I don't see the trip being something that's fantastic, but if you do have to go, then you go swiftly, you go in charge, you face it head on and you just do it.
May I jump in here?
You may.
All right, if you are military and you are preparing for a deployment, or
for you, the cards would look like this. This one would be upside down, and these two would be right side up.
Yep. If you are military and you are preparing for a deployment, or you are preparing to go into the field, you can be expecting a rough ride. This is not going to be one of your easier underways or field exercises. So be prepared for that.
Over here, upside down.
So yeah, be prepared for that if you're military and you are looking at underways or field deployments.
Thank you, Deja. I appreciate that. So if you're doing any kind of travel, get ready, folks. Now for pile number 3, goodness, it seems like this is really going to be kind of a rough ride for everybody here. If you're in school, be careful. Mind your P's and Q's. If you're in college, this is not a time to slack. Even if you're in regular, school, this is not a time for you to slack off. Difficult situations that you're in aren't going to change over this period of time, and there's going to be no endings to things that are going on. Usually the World card, to me anyway, represents the ending of an old situation, and then you travel back to the Fool, which is the beginning of a situation. So, you know, situations aren't going to end, they're not going to change. School's going to be a little bit difficult. So, you know, mind your issues. I know I put a wild card there, but I just don't know where it went. I think I stuck it in this pile. So be careful. Now, the wild card. Okay. For those of you in relationships, we have the Lover's card, or not the Lovers, but the relationship card, the Two of Cups. Relationships are going to hang in there. If you are having a rough relationship, for some of you, it's going to strengthen during this time. It's not a bad time to start a new relationship, believe it or not. And old relationships are just going to continue to push on the way they have been and be strong. This has been Raven and Deja from Twisted Sisters Mojo. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you again.